I'm alive. Allegedly. At least that's what the coroner said. And they wouldn't lie, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe they would. I would lie to you. So, more Mega Man today. I'm not sure if this is going to be 1 or 2 more streams of this. I'm not 100% sure. I know next month, right now, the plan is to start, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Which that one will take a while, because I've never played it before, so this will be... I'm gonna probably play it blind, unless it, like, sinks its hooks into me and I start playing it off stream and have 2 save files. I've done that before. That's also usually why when I really want to play a game from an main game, I do it on the side. Anyway, let me, take the picture down. Call the boys. Turn off this music. And, yeah, let me just go call them. Where are they? Here's the button. Hello.
Hi. You know, fresh shake up of how we normally do things.
Oh,
I'm the...
Oh shit, I gotta actually restart the game because the game audio isn't playing. Whoopsies! Go ahead.
Broke it. You soiled it.
I did. Anyway, with the breakup of our normal thing, even though it's already failed.
Yeah. I am the one who's going to provide the Egg Watch price this week.
Oh! You.
Yeah. So how much do you think?
Wait, what?
How much do you think a dozen eggs cost you?
Right now, the last I saw was like.
On your empty optimism.
The last I saw was like $10.
Oh, I'm sorry, half dozen.
Half dozen.
Please listen.
6, 7.
Yeah, 6.23.
Hey, I was close.
Yeah, we get there.
Mr.
I gotta read
Control
Discord's volume real quick.
Also, it has been quite fascinating seeing everybody turn into an expert in the stock market in the last week or in the last sort of week or so.
It has been pretty interesting. In a fucked up way.
Yeah. In case you were curious, still down. Yep, everything's down.
Surprise
Right.
face.
I mean, it's shit. I mean, I'm not going to linger on it too long because probably everybody's like super sick of hearing about about it.
Even I've gotten exhausted about it.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, a massive economic crisis is about to hit. You know, change the fucking tune, guys. So I guess anyway, leading on to other massive, massive disappointments. I watched that Devil May Cry anime that came out.
You know, if I had a nickel for every time a Western writer got their hands on Devil May Cry and turned it into a War on Terror allegory, I'd have 2 nickels.
I mean, oh no, man, Adi Shankar's on some shit, on something, and whatever it is, he needs to replace it because it ain't good. Should hit up Musk for his ketamine. But yeah, it's one of those things where I think on every sort of technical level, I can say, oh yeah, it's fine, but you know, that's divorcing itself completely. You know, probably 6, 7 out of 10. You know, it hits all the beats, but then of course if you factor in, oh, this is meant to be an adaptation of Devil May Cry, it's like, okay, yeah, there it's in the toilet.
I think if I was to summarize it as best as I can, it's if you asked me to try to adapt specifically just DMC3, but it was when I was 16 years old.
I mean, it's worse than that, because there's a whole bunch of
stuff. Wow,
you're
you're complimenting 16-year-old me. That's generous of you.
Yeah, well, I assume that's only because 16-year-old you probably would either be some combination of too dumb or too smart to lift from some of the things they do. But it's part of the problem is, aside from anything else, they do a bunch of different scenes that are one-to-one parallels with previous scenes in the games, right? And predominantly 3. The anime is
that's why I specifically said 3.
But why it's weird is to me is that yeah, like these scenes literally, you already have like the template of how these scenes work. And I'll give you a good example. Like there's a scene in episode 2, I think, where Dante and Lady are doing the classic thing. Like she's diving at him, he's diving under her. They're both shooting at each other.
Yeah, like everyone remembers the scene where he there's especially the part where like he holds her wrist and like repositions her gun.
Well, more than that, there's the part where when they're doing the whole dive, he's just shooting her bullets out the sky.
Yes.
Because like that's Dante's thing. Because aside from anything else, like it's rule of core, and that's entirely what Devil May Cry operates off of. But also, it like just goes to show you that look, he could very easily do a lot more damage, but he's intentionally not. Because maybe Dante's not such a bad guy. But anyway, yeah, they just have them shoot each other, which just feels to me like, okay, so everybody likes that scene. That's a cool scene. It's a really cool visual. Like, this is how you sell how good Dante is.
Which is why they lifted it.
And then they didn't do it, and then it's like, okay, so Dante doesn't shoot the bullets out the sky, which would have made a cool scene. And then they're like, oh, okay, so we're gonna have a sequence where Dante fights a bunch of things in his office. Like the opening of Devil May Cry 3, which has that really well done animated cutscene. That's just pretty much exactly what they rip off. And it's like, once again, it's nowhere near as cool. Like, he does a pool table trick, but whereas in like the game, it's
I did like him doing the stupid Bugs Bunny thing, where he's like on the other side shooting. Like I did like that. I'm gonna be fair.
Yeah, stuff like that is fine. I mean, I have other gripes with their interpretation of Dante. More or less, it's like things like him going, this part where I say a one-liner. Let me do a do-over. It's like that's not what Dante.
I don't know what Ollie's thing with that is, because he did that same bit in the second Castlevania series. I don't know why he seems to like doing the bit of, oh man, I can't think of a fucking one-liner.
I think his whole thing is he likes people to be like a little bit dorky to make them relatable, but it's like. That's not Dante's. Like Dante's owns his dorkiness, but
yeah,
like
he owns his dorkiness
relishes
in this like really genuine way, to where like even the people around him are like, oh, this guy's a dork. Or just like, no, you know what, this is kind of okay. Unless you're Nico, then she's just like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. Look at him go.
But it's like he just does everything, but he just does it with such conviction and confidence that, like, yeah, there's never feels like a point where he would have a misstep like that, because he'll already been doing it, already been working out while he's fighting. So anyway, it's like stuff like that I just don't agree with. As I said, I find it insane that you have templates of these scenes and then you just don't do them. I very much disagree with his interpretation of Virgil. That Virgil was an
well, we knew that was coming. We talked about that before.
Remember that time when Virgil committed 2 major atrocities on major cities? Because he wants more power.
Well, no, it's about demon rights or something.
Yeah, I was not a fan of that.
Like,
and then
it's not that there are no good demons. It's just that they're exceedingly rare in that setting.
Yeah.
Like Sparta is a fucking freak to the demons.
And then it probably commits to, like, what I think is the cardinal sin of your character's not cool, which is they have everyone. They should then have the antagonists say, "Man, this guy's so cool." It's like, yeah, I don't need demons to say how cool Dante is. Just have Dante do cool shit, like, I don't know, shoot bullets out the sky, or do the fucking ricochet.
Show don't tell thing.
And it's like, it feels so weirdly subdued when the entire point of Devil May Cry is you just fucking go as over the top nonsensical. I mean, hell, I'm guessing you have like that.
It's also like it's a kind of issue. Like I think we talked about this before, and this is more of a thing in like especially American writing, where they're very embarrassed to be making the funny books sing, so they try to make it less silly. Oh, I'm going to die. But
they don't even have Dante get stabbed by his own sword. Like, what's even the fucking point?
Rebellion's not even there?
No, Rebellion is there.
Like, oh yeah, it takes him a bit to get it, doesn't it?
No, he has Rebellion from the start. He just... In the anime he does. I mean, I guess he just doesn't whip it. He doesn't whip it out a lot in the first episode, but he has Rebellion from the start. There's just this point where... Also, I fucking hate fucking hate they gave Agni and Rudra proper heads. I love their dumb talking like head on the end of their sword bullshit. Because it's such a cool reveal and it's such a neat design, and then it makes, when they tag along, that much funnier. Where they're just like, damn man, you fucking wrecked us. Please take us with you. But
Yep.
yeah, so just giving Agni and Ridge proper heads, I'm like, okay. And then also, I kind of was like, okay, why is Cavaliere here? Why is Echidna here? You know, bosses from 4 and 5. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
they're
like, yeah,
like
okay.
all over the place with the enemy selection.
I mean, I expected Nero Angelo to show. I expected some version of Nero Angelo. I mean, I guess Cavaliere is basically that. But, you know, there's a reason. But I don't know, it feels different. But aside from the fact that Cavaliere came out, like, was you know, like 20, or nearly like 20 IRL years. Or 10 IRL years. Actually, no, 15. Yeah, 2001 to
Oh, I see what you
2019.
did there. Okay, I see how I fucked up.
Because I don't know, it's it just feels weird. And also, you then have like the okay, we're gonna do Lady, we're gonna do her backstory, which was more implied in the game. So we're gonna flesh that out a bit. And it's like, oh, but then you kneecapped Arkham.
Yeah, they
Mm,
completely
was
like
cool.
they completely like kneecapped a lot of her development by getting rid of her dad. By like not doing the whole tower thing and everything, and just kind of
Honestly, I think in a perfect world they should have had Arkham. They should have kept Arkham as the main villain of at least the first season, and Kevin Conroy should have voiced Arkham.
Well, Kevin Conroy's dead.
Well, he's in, yeah, but he's in the first series. I'm saying
Oh
that
yeah,
the first
you're
season
right.
should
You're
have
right.
been. Yeah, they should have had it be Arkham so that he could have been Jester as well.
I forgot that series was in development for a hot minute, and I forgot he
Yeah,
was in
so-
there.
Yeah, he's the vice president. It's just, and then, you know, probably the worst sin of all is that they just do a version of Devil Trigger where they try and make it all moody and gothic, and I'm like, my guy, it's like the best hype song ever made.
Maybe he's a fan of DMC too.
And then they did a really weak version of Buried the Light for the end, and I'm like, okay.
Well, you see, I am the store.
No, he played it more melodical, so there's just no impact to it. It's so
You know,
weird.
you're right. The problem is I wanted to do Virgil when I did that, because you know Virgil is a fucking clown and I love him.
Should have given him his. I mean, they should have just given this Virgil the fedora back.
Honestly, it fit him.
And honestly, give him the pro-choice sniper rifle.
Dante, let me tell you my thoughts on abortion. Fuck! I killed myself with my own joke! Shit, I gotta go all the way back and I have no lives left! You know what?
Thanks, DMC,
Worth it. Worth it.
Just edit in a shot of like your Mega Man gameplay being fucking shot by DMC Virgil.
I can't believe Virgil killed Mega Man.
I can. So yeah, I don't know. It's just, I guess it is just nice to, after all of these like back-to-back good to decent video game adaptations, to finally have one where we can go, oh yeah, this sucks.
Yeah,
Felt like we were-
I wanted to give it a proper shake, and yeah.
I mean, I gave it the whole
I
season.
was already like, I don't think so, like with some of the stuff we were hearing, and it just kind of, yeah.
I mean, even their original, the character Do Not Steal, the White Rabbit, just feels like
He's-
bad Arkham.
He's just lame.
Like, that's what I'm saying. He's just Arkham, but without any of the gravitas or fun of Arkham. Like, at least Arkham, you have Jester as well, and then there's there's the reveal of like the triple cross.
Yeah.
Like Arkham, as I said, it feels weird to dive deep into a lady story and then basically get rid of Arkham,
Yeah,
who's.
and not do it pretty much. No, I didn't change. No. He said he didn't change Lady's story at all.
I mean, apart from the whole melting Arkham, I guess. I mean, there was a real point where it looked like they were just gonna go full Batman, because there's a demon who runs at Baby Mary, or not Baby, but you know, child Lady, and then you know, Lady's mother like runs to save her, and you think, oh my god, are they just gonna do full Batman? That's lame. And then somehow it was still lame.
Can't say
I know,
he didn't
like,
exceed your
I think
expectations.
in a lot of ways, Devil May Cry is a series that just should be adapted, because part of what makes it is. I just don't think I mean, Westerners just don't get it. You know, maybe that's a little bit racist, but I'm willing to take that shot that people from the West just aren't cool enough to make Devil May Cry.
I think you might be right.
Like, sorry, Westerners, Why don't you get fucking good, you lazy scrubs?
It's that thing of like, there's a thing with Western writing where they get embarrassed by things too easily, so they won't like embellish or just have like they're afraid to be genuine. Like look at the fucking MCU shit that we constantly make fun of.
Yeah, we're not allowed to have like. And the funny thing is that Devil May Cry proves that you could have your wacky wahoo pizza man, but you can also have pretty genuine somber moments because you know all the good games have those.
It's so good to see you.
Much as we meme on fill your dark soul with light, there's actually meaning. There's you're actually it is meant to be genuine.
Are you sure?
Don't mind me, I'm just stocking up on lives before I go back into the level.
Sure?
I want to have all the lives I can.
Are you sure?
Because I'm dying to spike so much, I am so bad right now.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna blame Aldi. Or Adi, or I'm not sure how to say his name.
I think it's Adi.
Adi.
Any more of these?
I think so. I mean, to be fair, Adi Shankar's like the main reason I've not been calling out white people specifically. It's like, well, it would be a bit unfair to give him a free pass when a lot of it is also his doing, so... It's just filthy Westerners instead who have my ire because they're just all so fucking lame and boring. Every single one of them. I hate them! I've said before, I do think Devil May Cry 5 basically is what was my watershed moment for how much for Western, a lot of Western game development. Because I remember loving DMC5, and then like the next year they revealed that like Star Wars Dark Souls game. And I remember watching that reveal trailer because it was E3, we were all doing like big watch-alongs at the time. Back when E3 was a thing, Jesus. But yeah, like a year after the fact, or maybe even it was the same year that DMC5 came out. They revealed this Star Wars thing, and then I'm just watching all the janky animations of like the characters having to snap into position. Like you could physically see the models moving to snap into the positions to do the pre-programmed takedowns. I remember being like kind of angry that in a post Devil May Cry 5 world people thought that was acceptable.
Oh, what was sorry? I was
So you're
going
big-
through shop stuff. Shit, sorry.
So you know that Star Wars Dark Souls ripoff that came out?
Oh yeah.
And I remember watching the reveal trailer for that, and how so much of the animations just felt stiff and boring. And then you could see like where models had to shift in the reveal trailer to get into position for the pre-rendered, or for like the pre-rendered takedown animations. I remember thinking, in a post DMC5 world, this shit should be unacceptable. This should be a cardinal sin of development. This should be you show this to people and then they throw you in the fucking gulag until you learn your lesson.
Like, in terms of like snapping, but usually what a lot of better games will do, if a model has to snap for a reason, is they'll use the camera to hide it.
Yeah.
So the audience doesn't know that you did that. Or in the case of say like Ronin, where they have multiple stealth takedowns depending on where you're located. So that way it's like, if you're doing a stealth takedown, you came up in front of them, they don't like snap the model to just appear behind the guy, just do a behind takedown. No, they made a specific takedown for the fact that you snuck up on them in the front.
And so stuff like that happening in gameplay itself is fine, but when that's like part of your reveal trailer, like, that's your thing where you're like, okay, we want people to buy our game, and you're trying to show me like that, and it's like, DMC5 exists. I accept that. You fucked up. You fucked up so bad you should go and work for the Marvel editorial team.
By the way, they are literally. I read an interview. Literally, the main editor is just a baby Joe Quesada.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, but I want it to be like how I was a kid. That's pretty much all it is. We kind of figured,
exactly,
but
Yeah, it's exactly what it's been for like the last 15 years, and I don't think it's going to change until someone snaps and takes out the Marvel editorial team. Not that I condone that, but also not that I will cry for it. Thoughts and prayers, etc.
Thoughts and bears.
Thoughts and bears markets. But yeah, Devil May Cry anime. Don't recommend. Maybe if or when season 2 happens, because I assume season 2
So it got confirmed before it even came out.
Yeah, season 2
which
is
a lot of
already
people
locked in.
which a lot of people are freaking out over. They're like, oh no, it got confirmed because you all hate watching it. I'm like, nah, it just already was.
No, it would have already been locked in. If anything, it's probably like the Daredevil thing, where they'd already like...
A lot of shows these days tend to have locked in 2 seasons.
Or they have... Or, for slightly more dodgy reasons. So you remember the Cuphead show?
I forgot about that, actually.
So anyway, the Cuphead show, the entire, like, all, like, the seasons they had were already all produced. They produced just a 24-episode, like, block.
Yeah.
But Netflix only released them in increments of seasons, so they didn't have to pay them for more seasons.
That sounds like a Netflix thing to do.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if stuff like that is also, in mind for their, or things like this. But also, just, I'm sure Adi Shankar basically just used clout to guarantee a greenlit second season.
Yeah, because he's got a lot of clout after the success of the first Castlevania one.
Yeah.
Which I actually do like the first Castlevania one.
I like the first. It hits all the right things. But I also think the difference is with, like, Castlevania, since they're doing Castlevania 3,
you have a lot more leeway because there's not much of a plot in the original game.
The plot is Trevor Belmont wants to go kill Dracula and he's going to get some friends to help him. It's like, yeah, you've got quite a lot of room, and even in terms of and even in terms of like visuals, it's like, yeah, you've got a lot of room for interpretation because sprite work. Devil May Cry has always been like, fully voiced, fully acted, fully mocapped.
DMC, you have a lot less wiggle room to work with. Not that you don't have any, but you have less.
Here. Hi, Sabo.
So how you doing, Sabo?
Here, I'm here. I decided not to go to the DMV after all.
That's good.
That would be an all-day affair.
Well, I was gonna go very early this morning and hope that I could just get in and out of there real quick before the crowd showed up, but I was delayed.
Yeah, once you hit a certain point, there's no point, because then it's just your entire day if you're just a little bit not super early.
When we're done, I might drive by there just to see if there's a line. Maybe I just get lucky and everyone left for the day, but probably not.
Maybe.
Because whenever I have my car inspection due, I usually do it like the second week of the month. Because it's like when nobody's going for inspections. And I can usually just like essentially treat it like a drive-through, get in, get out.
Well, I have to get my license renewed before my birthday because it expires then.
I know some of them they let you do it by mail these days.
I can't do it by mail. I have to actually go in and get it renewed because I've done it by mail too many times.
Damn, crazy! You can't just do it online.
No, I think they need to go like that. I think they're like, we have to get a new picture of you because you're not 21 anymore.
Well, what do I know?
Yeah, I mean, I know every once in a while that they're like, no, you have to come in and get a new because we need an updated picture of you. Because
21 forever.
Wait, why can't you just get a photo yourself and do it? That's how we can do it over here.
No, they have to do it according to their regulations.
That's so dumb.
Because you can't smile.
Yeah, you can't smile anymore.
Yeah, you just don't smile.
I mean, you never could smile, but like neutral background. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't smile, but you should be able to get your own. If you get your own picture that's fits the criteria, you shouldn't have to go in.
But
stupid.
At first they said you have to register by appointment, but the next appointment isn't available until June.
Although I guess it's also beneficial to do.
And I only got the paperwork to renew it like 2 weeks ago, so I was like, even if I had immediately booked an appointment, I wouldn't have made it by the due date. So what's going on here?
Yeah.
So I was just gonna walk in and be like, hey, can you just do it for me here? Because if I follow your online procedure, I'll never get it done in time. Because it expires tomorrow.
That's bad.
Yeah, I thought there was like a grace period where like, but no, apparently New Jersey doesn't have one.
Happy early birthday? Question mark?
Perhaps.
Or it's at least a very Miriam birthday.
Yeah. Well, nobody's gonna be around tomorrow, so.
I'll
It's not
be
really-
around.
Well, okay, but you're not. You're not gonna come and.
Well, I'll come.
Come.
You're not gonna come to New Jersey and give me a cake and
Yeah,
go out
probably
to dinner
not.
with me.
Yeah,
So-
probably not.
So, yeah, my dad was gonna be back and be like, yeah, sorry, I'm gonna stay down here.
I'm gonna stay down here where it's safe.
I mean, I guess it's safer now.
Oh,
But that's alright. I like going out to dinner by myself.
sounds like it's just leading to a smash cut of like you sobbing into a birthday cake.
No, I'm not gonna bother with a cake. I'll just get like a pastry or something. Be like, this is my cake.
Why the fuck does dropping blocks on the acid guy's head work?
I mean, I went to Disney World by myself and I had a pretty good time. So you know, I may be able to.
Yeah, you're also forced to go to Disney World by yourself, effectively.
I mean, I didn't have to go to Disney World, but
Well, where else were you gonna go?
Hell.
that was good. Yeah. I was like, I didn't have to go to Disney World, but I was just like, well, where can I go to kill some time? I'd like to go see the Space Center in Florida, and while I'm there, I guess I might as well go to Disney World. You know, the thing that got me was like, I was only going to go there for like a day or two, and that's how they get you. They're like, no, it's more cost effective to spend a week here than 2 days. But we're hoping nobody doesn't notice that. But you know what? I entertained myself.
That's good. I'm glad.
I still can't get over throwing bricks at Acid Man works.
I was also almost joined by my dad's buddy because he like is apparently a huge theme park fan, which I didn't realize until I was down there visiting them. And he was like,
Right.
"Oh, if you told me, I would have gone with you." And I was like, "Really?"
You're thinking, maybe that's why I didn't tell you.
No, I was like, really? At 60 years old, you want to go to Disney World with me? Okay, too late.
That set off, I'll be honest,
Next
that
time.
set off some alarm bells for me.
The deal has been struck. The pact begins now.
Shouldn't have given him the weave.
I mean,
Which I guess the weave is you say you're going to do something, and then you see how everybody's going.
I mean,
how,
I mean,
it's
he
going to go
lets
terribly.
me call him Punchy because he got punched in the face once, and that's all I knew about him. So.
We've all been punched in the face.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't know anything about you. All I know is you got punched in the face one time. I call you Punchy as a joke. He's like, you can call me Uncle Punchy if you want. I was like, and my dad was like, no, he'll do it. And he's like, no, I don't care. So I was like, all right, you are now officially Uncle Punchy.
Gee, I kind of like that though.
I was like, yeah, you brought it on yourself.
You did this to yourself.
We warned you. Like it's not a joke. If you let him call you by a stupid nickname, he will do it. It's like, oh, okay.
All right, Uncle Punchy. Oh.
All right, Uncle Punchy, it's now official.
The deal has been struck.
Well, first of all, they used to call him Uncle Gorgeous, then Uncle Presentable, then Uncle Gruesome, and finally Uncle Mo.
What about Larry and Curly?
What about Larry and Curly?
Well, I wonder how the other Stooges are doing.
They're dead. I keep telling you, they're 80 years old and dead.
They're alive in my heart, damn it!
Oh, good, because they ain't alive anywhere else.
The funny thing is, Adam West was still alive when they made that parody, and he lived for another 20 years.
Yeah, well,
That was before
Yeah.
Family Guy made him cool again.
Adam Wee.
I like him just basically taking any gig that was like, hey, make fun of me. I think that did it, because he basically played himself on like 30 different things.
Yeah, but that really only ramped up in like the mid to late 90s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like mid to late 90s, he starts just basically getting a career off of playing himself. Like Batman the Animated Series, like did it all as like a genuine, like sad thing.
Well, yeah, they were like, if Adam West didn't want to do it, they weren't going to make that episode. No, I'll do it.
Give me money. You have any idea
Money.
what it's like?
Money?
Career after Batman was non-existent.
I mean, he played Batman for like a solid 20 years. Because he
Yeah.
didn't just do the when the TV show was done, he still did live action appearances and he voiced him in cartoons and stuff. So I mean, he played Batman for a while.
Yeah,
It
Mr.
wasn't
West,
just-
what inspired you to take this role? Money?
yeah, basically.
Not that I blame him, honestly. I would
Actually,
blame
he passed up on a potential big film role to play Batman, which as he later on he's
Yeah.
like, I wonder if I made the right choice, but too late now.
You know what? I kind of respect it. To be like, no, I want to be Batman.
It was like Batman or like a role in a film where he was the romantic lead, which he's like, if that, I mean, the film didn't do great, but he's like, it might have made my career as a leading man for at least another decade, but no, you know what, Batman, it's all right.
He will
Why
always
doesn't
be-
Batman?
What is Batman? What?
I said, why doesn't Batman dance anymore?
Why doesn't he dance anymore? He ain't got the moves.
Or Spider-Man for that matter.
Well, I mean, that's because of Marvel editorial.
Because Paul.
Fucking Paul.
Yeah, well. Ugh. I did see. I think they announced they're doing the Tom Holland fourth Spider-Man movie, and it's called Brad. Like, I forget what it's called. It's like, but it's basically called One More Day.
Well,
It's
yeah,
as close to
essentially,
call-
essentially that they want to do one more day because they're after they revealed to the world that he's Spider-Man.
They already did One More Day in the third movie. And they're
Yeah, but they
doing
want to
Yeah.
do it again.
No, but apparently, like the casting notice is like, oh, so we're gonna put in like actual Mary Jane and like his regular supporting cast.
Why?
All of the like half-assed characters from they're gone now.
We'll see.
No more Ned.
Thank God. Fucking hated Ned.
Yes, I know. He was.
I thought
Sean's
Ned was your
nemesis.
favorite.
No, I have many nemesis. Nemesi.
Yeah, but Ned was the worst.
He was up there. I'll grant you.
If we're power scaling nemesises, I don't know what you put Paul at, but what's Paul's scale versus Ned?
Oh, I don't have to even put Paul on the list. I don't care about Paul. Like, yeah, he's objectively awful, but it's like, oh yeah, an awful thing in Amazing Spider-Man. Not seen that since.
It's like
oh,
it's like by the time Paul showed up, I'm like, you know what?
I'm dead to this shit
I
now.
don't even care anymore.
yeah, because it's like it's just a non-stop string of this is awful, like constant string of awful. So it's like, yeah, as bad as Paul and Zeb Wells' run are, maybe even Zeb Wells' run is the worst run of Spider-Man of ASM we've ever seen. Like, it's genuinely
You're just so
a
dead to
tough
it
call.
that you're like
yeah,
numb.
but it's like, yeah, it's just sandwiched between just constant shit elsewhere, constant shit. So it's like it's hard to have the vitriol for that. I think the problem I have with Ned, aside from him just being really fucking annoying and being him being nothing like the character he's meant to be. You know, Ned Leeds, quite an important Spider-Man supporting cast member. It's the fact that he very clearly exists to just rip off of the supporting character for Miles.
Yeah.
Like, he's just Genki. And I don't have, like, Miles isn't my favourite Spider-Man, but I'm like, yeah, that's his. You know, don't steal from him. Like, you don't need to steal from Miles. So it just feels super obnoxious to then be like, okay, well, white-faced Miles here gets to have Genki.
I mean, we made the joke before that the MCU Pete is more like Miles in terms of his characterization,
100%.
which is
And I think
fucking
they might
bizarre to
genuinely
do.
Well, I think they might genuinely be kicking themselves, much like, you know, how Dan Slott kicks himself for not making Miles and not making Miles himself.
Yeah. He's like, man, I wish it was Miles.
Yeah, he wish he'd have made Miles. Like,
It's like how
Instead,
Disney
he
really
made
wanted to
Silk.
use Miles. It's like how Disney really wanted to use Miles instead of Peter, but they basically had no choice because they're like, nobody
Yeah.
cares about Miles.
well, worse than that, then they'd
Well,
have
at the
to do the
time, now the
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse happened, and then people really like Miles.
Also, I think Spider-Verse basically
Oh, no.
forced them not to. Or puts them in a position where they can't use him.
Possibly.
Not
I mean,
for
they,
any other.
I mean, they were so upset about it, they just made their own Spider-Verse with Blackjack and hookers.
Oh, I wish it had blackjack and hookers. So yeah, Paul's not even like on the list of things I hate with pure vitriol.
He's like just a minor annoyance to you.
He's a footnote at best.
So he's not even Kingdom Hearts 2 Pete level.
No. I like Pete.
Well, I mean, in terms of like if you were to scale him as like a antagonist for you,
Oh yeah.
because you know Pete is a joke villain. I love Pete in KH2, but the reason why I like to call Dan Slott my Pete, or like I used to call him my Pete, I think he's fallen from grace. You know, like the scaling of a funny antagonist has gone up, and he's unfortunately fallen off. But he will always be one of the funnier ones for randomly all caps screaming at me on Twitter that one day when I never even talked to the guy.
Ah, he'll be back and in greater
He's like, I hear this guy named Dan doesn't like me. Well, let's see what I think of him.
Oh yeah, you fucker! That was when I
Yeah,
learned
sure.
he fucking just searches himself, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
He searches himself for anyone who says bad things about it,
Yes,
Oh, man,
he does.
and he
Speaking
bans them
of-
on Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah, he did. Speaking of really sad, pathetic things, any of you see Elon Musk's stream?
All I did, I fucking saw that shit. It was fucking funny.
What did he do now?
So he decided he was going to do a live stream from a private jet using his Starlink, or equipment, to show people. This is basically just a showcase of how effective it was. So you play Path of Exaltation, that game he has a top ranked account on. Lost the tutorial boss like 3 times. Blamed it on bad internet, so his own internet, he said was bad. And then decided, because he didn't know how to hide chat, the entire chat just became flooded
Oh, it
with
was
people.
Troll Central. It was great.
Lots of people with really, interesting usernames, such as Elon Musk is a paedophile, Elon Musk is pathetic, and basically spamming shit like, you have no real friends and you will die alone.
That one was my favorite. Oh, actually, no.
I mean-
my real favorite one was the one that was pretending to be his ex that he owes money to, demanding money, and he looked visibly upset, like he believed that it might have been her.
But you know what? That might not even be the saddest, most pathetic part of all of this, him being proven to be a bad gamer again and blah blah blah. But you know what the saddest, most pathetic thing is the music that was playing in the stream was his ex-wives.
That makes you're right. That makes it even funnier, especially with the person fucking trolling too, like pretending to be his ex-wife.
Yeah. Maybe it was.
It could have been. Who's to say?
So yeah, him playing his ex-wife's music while chat fucking destroys him. As I said, losing to the tutorial boss like 3 times.
It was really funny.
Gotta take these small joys where you can get them.
Little victories. Just the little victories.
Yeah, other than that, it's been a bit of a slow week, apart from, the whole financial crash. It's fine, it's fine.
It's fine. We just have to endure it for a decade.
A decade, huh? You think you're that optimistic?
Well, that's how history went last time.
I can't wait for those $3,000 iPhones.
Huh. That's why I got an Android.
Yeah.
Take that.
I mean, I didn't like when he. I mean, it has been it's hilarious to watch. Like yesterday, where he obviously like the markets had spooked him, so now he's backtracking. Gone. No, I'm being very generous by not imposing all the tariffs I was going to.
I am
This is
so
clear-
I'm the
because,
best
you see,
dealer
people
ever made. I
people
make the
have been-
good deals.
People have been talking to me. They've been calling the White House. I'm like, yeah, they're calling to say, "Are you fucking serious, you lunatic?"
It's like, are you dumb as hell? You know what's funny? Apparently, during his shit too, like was it Japan and Taiwan were like, all right, you know what? Fuck it, we'll try to make a deal with you. How about we neither of us tariff each other at all? Both 0%, and he just goes, no deal.
Yeah.
Are you fucking? How can you be? No wonder he could be bankrupt 3 fucking casinos. That deal is insanely good. You fucking
I was
nincompoop.
like, what? You could have had 0 import on Japan?
You fucking nincompoop.
And you turned it down? Damn, think of all the stuff we could have had.
Like, holy shit, you're legendarily stupid.
You have to work on the basis that there's something else going on with the tariffs or this whole plan, because it can't be a matter of like, it can't be a matter of any of the 12 billion reasons he's given that are all widely contradictory. Saying,
some people have ideas, but I don't know if I believe them.
because on the one hand, you've got him saying that, well, we've got him and his rat boy pissant.
Weird
Rat boy
baby looking
pissants.
face.
Yeah, well, a lot of them. But you've got all of those cunt boys telling us that, oh no, you see, we don't want foreigners to own America, but also we want foreign investment in America. I'm like, you do know what foreign investment means, right?
No.
You know what happens if people invest? It means they own you.
What?
Dumb up. So you've got that whole problem of.
Some people have the crazy idea that he's deliberately trying to completely tank the market so he can, for some reason, give him the ability to refinance the national debt. I don't think that's
Oh,
No.
I don't think about. Oh no, don't think
No,
it's
he
that.
has
terms.
no idea what he's fucking doing.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean-
I don't. Also, I don't think it works like that. But either way, I was like, no, it's
No,
trust the
what would
trust
be
the plan.
what would be far
Patriots are in
more
control.
No, what would be far more likely would be intentionally trying to devalue the American dollar to improve or to earn more from private investments in foreign markets that way. Which I guess thinking about it, I can't think of if he was intentionally trying to crash the economy, would look pretty much identical to what he's doing now, wouldn't it?
Also, a lot of, including himself, people start selling their stocks if they crash the market. Curious. Or right before. Curious. Curious. That's funny. That's weird.
It's fine. It's just luck,
It's crazy how that happened.
Yeah, some might say it's almost like they knew it was going to happen.
Surely there's no law against doing that, but either way it doesn't matter, because the law doesn't matter when you're Donald Trump.
Well, as I said, it's a good fit.
Honestly, I blame this shit on pardoning Nixon. That set the
There
precedent
is-
for this bullshit.
There are a series of major decisions and bad choices made by prior administrations that have led to this.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. Honestly, I was kind of summing it with just one way too quickly, but
I do think the Nixon pardon is basically one of the most blatant forms of corruption we've seen in Western democracies.
yeah.
It's like, how do you say that as anything other than pure corruption?
It's purely corrupt.
He broke the law, but he's not going to face sufferance. He's not going to face any consequences for that because, well, we need to give the nation time to heal was the argument of the
Yeah.
successor.
That was it. Like, oh, well, we need to give the nation time to heal. Nah, bruh! You know what would be healing? Throwing the fucker in jail!
No, conspiracy theories. They just didn't want him to talk about stuff.
No, they just don't. No, they just didn't want to set a precedent that the president could actually be punished for crimes.
Yeah.
It's the thing of if it happens once, then there's very little wiggle room in the future for it to not happen again.
Yep. And that was
Whereas
the incentive to do it, so, because they all were like, well, I don't want to get arrested for any crimes that I may or may not decide to commit.
So yeah, it's like a whole bunch of other stupid fucking decisions made by people. I mean, Biden and Harris made several colossal fuck ups.
Yep.
Actual war criminal Joe Biden. But yeah. Sucks, man. There's nothing to really say. It's like just at the moment I'm just kind of pulling that it gets so bad that people just storm the White House. You know, another day of love would be nice.
More love.
Yeah, more love. Like that's the thing. We've already given the precedent that it is okay to storm federal buildings and threaten to kill kill people. So just do it. Just go to that building and kill some people. You know, not I'm saying that you should, but if you did, who's going to stop you?
Well, the thing is, it depends on if your political party has the power or not. That's what will stop you.
I mean, just get like, I don't know, 10,000 unhappy people. I don't think the Civil Service can shoot that many people. The Secret Service can shoot that many people. It's the old Area 51 plan of, well, if you just send a wall of people, eventually someone will get through. It's worked for Russia. But, really hoping for that asteroid, guys. Come on, giant asteroid, 2028.
My favorite political party, Asteroid.
Where's the space noise we need?
Honestly, you know what? Come here, Shar.
Kind of the problem with
Let's get some colonies going.
Just the funny thing is that we have reached a point where the old school outrageous politicized fascists of fiction just aren't outrageous enough anymore.
At this point, I'm like, you know what? I'd live under Doom's thumb.
Yeah, at least you.
We're at that point, Dr. Doom, you're all right.
I mean, you at least know where you stand with Doctor Doom, and he's actually is a smart guy.
I'll actually have some health benefits with him.
I mean, I say that, but evil Tony Stark these days.
I was gonna say,
I mean, actual
smart
Doom.
guy.
Dr. Doom, the actual comic one, yeah, he's smart.
I mean, he's smart, but he also blames Richards for everything, even when it's not his fault.
Yeah, that's what everybody does.
I mean, to be fair, at this point, I think he might be right. Doom did nothing wrong. 2026.
No, Doom did do something wrong. He tried to stifle Luke Cage for $200.
You know that. Listen, that's a blemish on an almost pristine career.
And I think you'll find it was actually the Richards administration that did that.
You're right. I forgot.
But there's never been a Richards administration. Yes, there has. No, there hasn't. Then he just replaced you with a Doombot. So yes, there was. The people. The real.
I was thinking the same thing.
Is poor old Mr. Beast is going to have to pay. Is going to lose out on this whole tariff thing as well.
Mr. Beast.
Poor Mr. Beast.
Poor destitute Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
How will he cope?
Who knows? Honestly. Yeah.
Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah, pretty much. It's very much the oh no anyway. When I saw the news was like, oh, Mr. Beast his company's gonna lose out. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess it's not all bad then.
There's some good in the world.
I mean, I guess that is the big thing with all the markets crash. It's mostly the rich people who have been fucked over here.
Yeah.
They're the what, how much? I'm pretty sure Musk has lost something he's lost quite a lot, $8 billion.
I mean, think about how much.
Not a lot to him.
I mean, really think about how much he lost. He also paid for this win. He did buy Pennsylvania, which
imagine that.
because of the Electoral College is being a fucked up piece of shit system. basically got him the election.
Imagine being that guy. It's like you spent like $500 million on getting a guy in the White House and he immediately fucks you over.
Let's see here. I want to go to the shop. Oh, it's this button here.
Mega Man.
Okay, Mega. Are you sure?
I want to buy more supplies.
Good luck out there, Mega. Are you sure?
I want to buy some E-tanks. Give me my energy drink. Powered by a Red Bull.
Are you sure?
Now I feel like
Ready.
Mega Man
Are you
would be a
sure?
Gamer Subs guy.
All ready. Good
Dr. Light, I need guacamole gamer fart.
All ready. Good luck. Are you sure? All ready. Good luck.
That is an
out there,
actual
Mega. Are you sure?
name for one of them.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Oh, is it like that new Harley Quinn comic?
I heard about that. The officially published fart fetish Harley Quinn comic. I don't know what to say about that other than, huh?
I know. I think I can guess what to say.
Go.
Ew.
Well, there's that too, but I don't know how this fucking happened.
I mean, I guess fair play to the guys. Like he just got he got TC to sign off on doing on giving him money to just do his fetish, which, you know, living the dream, I guess.
Yeah.
But in the past, you know, you had to disguise it. Like Paul Dini was like, "Oh yeah, I just like Zatanna as a character." Suckers.
That's it. Come on. Why would it be anything else?
I just like Zatanna as a character, and that's why I found the closest thing to her in real life and married her.
Yeah, you know, he's
More
nothing
power
to
to
do
him
with
on
my
that,
own
honestly.
No, oh no, he's living the dream. Fair play, good on him. But it's more the fact of, like, most of the time we used to have to hide it. You know, like the Wonder Woman guy was like, no, I just think it's, you know, a
It's
way,
a way to
showcase-
subdue enemies without killing them.
Yes. Don't look, no, don't look under the desk. I'm shuffling some papers.
Those are my tax papers.
But, you know, most of the time they had to hide these sort of things so that people didn't know. You know, there's at least some leeway. Nope, it's just fine. It's just farting.
It's just a fart fetish right there for everyone to see.
Which, I mean, okay, I guess.
If that's what you want, I suppose. Could be worse.
Technically, I guess.
I was like, trying to think, okay, what's a blatantly, horrifically illegal fetish to make a comic about? And I was like, no, I don't think I want my brain to go there.
Yeah. Then you were just like, abort.
It's like, no, stop.
I don't like this bit anymore.
Oh, wait, this would be terrible. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that has snuck into mainstream media that,
You just have to think about it for a bit.
yeah. Or try not to think about it, I guess, because who knows. But, yeah, that's a thing, and I hate that it's a thing, but, well, whatever, I guess.
Well, we're
Not
here
sure.
now.
Not sure if farting fetish Harley Quinn comic is more or less offensive than anything that ASM has produced in like the last 15 years.
Comparatively, it's harmless.
You know, more or less, you know, probably exactly the same thing. Spider-Man could have just been farting in all of his issues for quite a while now, and honestly would not change the overall, the overall quality of the content.
At least it'd give us a good laugh. It's like, oh, really? We're doing this? Okay, I guess. Instead of being like, fucking Paul. Oh, Mary Jane's Venom now. Okay.
Just fucking kill her. Like, just kill Pete as well, honestly.
Also, they apparently also gave superpowers to fucking Miles, like, counselor, too. Like, what is it with modern comic book writers and having this thing where it's like, we can't have non-powered supporting characters. Everyone has to have superpowers.
Two reasons. Number one, laziness. The easy way to have them be relevant. Easy way to have them be relevant without actually having to do anything to develop them and their relationships with other people. And also because a lot of writers are fucking hungry to get like their mark on the character's legacy and history. And the usual way, and the way you used to do it would be you just made a villain, but there's so many like one-off villains that never succeeded. That the new trick is to make like superpowered allies and sidekicks. Why do you think the Bat family is like?
Oh yeah, there's Spider Lad. There's even a Spider like Lad girl version now too.
Yeah. So it's how do I make it so people not associate my name with this franchise and I live on, and I can say, I did this. It's like, yeah, you just add like a new character, but because villains are overdone and don't last too long these days, they do supporting characters, because also supporting characters can sometimes get their own books or miniseries or get to appear in films or any number of those things. So, like I said, it's why do you think there's just like 15,000 different people who are Batman adjacent?
True. At least like at one point when Batgirl was the original Batgirl was like not around as Batgirl anymore, you can at least understand it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all a matter of like what you actually do with these characters and how much they overlap.
Because like Cassandra Cain is really good.
Yeah, as I said, it's because they actually did something with the character, for a concept that only existed so that people wouldn't think Batman and Robin were gay.
Yeah, that was the original reason for Batgirl to exist.
And Batwoman.
Which is really funny, because then later that Batwoman ended up being gay.
Yeah. But, yeah, so the stuff you can do, but the problem... and when you actually, develop it, so it's like, oh, okay, well, we're going to have Dick Grayson go off to be in the Teen Titans, so need a new Robin. Makes sense. But, when you're then like, okay, we've got Batwing, and we've got, Spoiler, and Red Hood, who's, sometimes Batman friend, sometimes a Batman enemy, and Red Robin, and etc., etc. Bit much.
That's why people joked about
Superman's doing the same thing now.
Yeah, because it's the easy way people can stay and say they have left their mark. They add a new sidekick or supporting character who can then show up and be parts of teams and whatever.
Except they're all just Kryptonians or Kryptonian offshoots.
I never said that. I mean, I feel like at the very start of this discussion, I prefaced this with lazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna say at least the Bat family is a little.
Yeah, they're all just people who, they're all just nepo babies who get trained by one guy, and then he just hands them.
I mean, Red Hood uses guns.
The reason,
Robin
the funny thing is, Cassandra Cain is like the exception because Bruce didn't really train her.
I mean, yeah, she's the exception, but compared to like,
she's
the
not
other
the rule.
guys, everyone else.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was defending this character. She is the exception versus like everybody else. Everybody else is the rule.
Yet another reason why the CW Batwoman series failed. She was just girl Batman.
It's kind of like how the CW Arrow was just Batman, but with a bow.
But I mean, at least he uses bow. Like, it's like she's got like Batwoman's whole thing is like she has military training. She uses guns. She uses like firepower. She doesn't just throw batarangs and punch people. In fact, she's not really that great at it. But the CW was just like, alright, she's girl Batman. She throws batarangs. She's like martial arts. At least Arrow sometimes shot arrows at people. For a while there, he basically had the bow as decoration. I think there was like a whole season where he shot like 5 arrows total, like a season.
I mean, that just stems from they clearly wanted to do a Batman series, but couldn't do a Batman show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was supposed to be a spin-off of Smallville, which had their version of Green Arrow, who was literally there because they weren't allowed to use Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the fate Green Arrow has these days, because he started off as a Batman clone. Now it's like, well, we can't do Batman, who are we going to do? Well, we could do Blue Beetle, but he's now a alien suit guy, so no. Okay.
Which and they can't switch back because the alien suit guy is the most popular version of him.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, who else have we got for like, gadget guy with no powers? Well, there's Green Arrow. What's his thing? He shoots arrows. Look, good enough. Give him an arrow cave and an arrow and an arrow mobile.
I will say I did like the one joke in one of the Harley books where they're like, you should have called it the Quiver.
I mean, I think the best joke about that is still like the where him go the arrow cave. Good God, man! Did you ever have an original thought?
Idea where Wiley's gone to?
And Ollie just looked sheepish.
I think that was part of the same bit.
Might have been.
Maybe he decided to turn tail and
You're just like, fuck, I should have called it the Quiver.
But yeah, so it's sort of lazy writers who can't be asked to do.
Green Arrow is actually funny because then if we go back into the lazy writer thing, like yeah, he was like a Batman clone, but he was so popular at one point that Marvel's like, fuck, we need our own Batman Arrow guy, and then they were just like, shit, I don't feel like making anything. Hey Hawkeye, no one cares about you. We're gonna make you that.
Yeah. I mean, Marvel and DC steal from each other all the or have stolen from each other all the fucking time. Like, every character has been like, oh, they have this they have this King of Atlantis character, do they? Better make Aquaman. Oh, we have. Oh, they have gorillas. We've got to have gorillas too.
I'm heading out, Dr. Light.
It was a very weird point in like the Silver Age where gorillas were just the big thing.
Yeah, they just really like gorillas.
Dr. Wily.
People fucking love apes, I guess.
Apes
Not
together
me.
strong.
Mega, be careful out there.
But yeah, it's just
Okay.
lazy writers wanting to have their things. They can then go to convention and be like, "Hey, look, it's so and so, the creator of, I don't know, the racist, you know, the racing
Are you
superhero."
sure? Ta-da! All ready.
What do you mean that name's a little sounds sus? What are you talking about?
No, it's fine.
Fine.
It's a tattoo. It's going to be a labyrinth.
Fuck. You know, one of the ideas I was thinking about doing, if we weren't doing Final Fantasy VII Remake next month, was doing the newer WWE games like story mode as Brickbat, my favorite Z tier public domain supervillain.
Yeah, I'll be honest. As soon as you start, after that conversation, I was getting a bit worried when you were suddenly saying, "Oh, this conversation about racism has reminded me." And I'm like, "Uh-oh."
Oh no, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna fucking say? Ah!
Oh, are we gonna somehow get edgier than 9/11 man?
I think we peaked with that one for the moment.
I try to get someone to draw that, but they're like, you guys are insane.
He's like, no, I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
He was like, what? He was like, where did this come from? And I was like, oh, you know, friends say terrible things, and we got horrible Mega Man villains, and we got to 9/11 man before we decided we should stop. We're like, so can you draw that? He's like,
No.
No, I'm not.
No. I'm not going to draw the two towers with googly eyes shooting airplanes at you.
I will sooner draw the fart fetish comic. Get this out of here. I'll sooner draw Daisy as an elephant.
Hey man, maybe that's an example. We talk about hiding your fetish. Guy in the Mario team was just like, oh yeah, we'll have an elephant power up.
There's a
no reason. I'm just making statements.
So the reason I was bringing up specifically Daisy with that is there's a guy going around commissioning artists every time he sees them draw Daisy lately, and having redraw the art they drew, but her as an elephant.
that's dedication right there.
Honestly, you know what? I kind of respect it.
Hey, he knows what he likes, and the
you know
artist
what?
will have the option to say no.
He's also paying real artists rather than doing AI slop.
Yeah, you know what?
You know, good for him.
You do you, man. You go ahead, you crazy bastard.
Live your, go speak your truth, brother. Speak your truth.
He's a real one, that guy. I have nothing wrong. I have nothing against people having fetishes because you know it's sort of a natural part.
Oh, yeah, no,
natural part of the human psyche these days. I only really just find it like
it's just funny.
yeah, it's more funny. Like yeah, that guy probably does just get off to women fighting, and it's like yeah, okay, that's your thing. I think it's a bit much to like turn it to the people greenlit it as a comic. Like
It's just really funny that they got greenlit. It's like how did we get here?
and it's not even like yeah, and I don't even have a thing against him. It's like yeah, it's not my thing, but it's clearly your thing. My objection is more with the TC signed off on that and not on like you know a quality product.
Proper shit. DC loves greenlighting just absolute shit.
And hell, they greenlit the Batman Who Laughs.
People like that story for some unholy reason.
Yeah, everyone's like, we should put that in everything.
Oh yeah, for some reason people like that story. I could tell you why people like that story because it's fucking Batman.
I mean, yeah,
There
people like
are
anything
no
with Batman
depth.
on it.
There are no depths that Batman can sink to that someone won't go. Oh, I like this.
No, I mean
It's
it's
physically
exceedingly
impossible.
popular. It's not even like it's like semi-popular. It's very popular.
I mean,
I've
it also
had
came
people
out that-
yell at me for saying it's shit.
It also came out at the height of the Joker is actually the Joker phenomenon. Yeah, basically, I'm calling all people who like Batman who laughs themselves. What of it?
I'm not arguing.
Yeah. But like I said, yeah, I'm sure there are people who genuinely like it and will take something from it. But a lot of it, I do feel, is it's Batman. It will always do well and will always be popular. Like, how many things can you realistically say? Oh, like, how many Batman things can you realistically say? Oh yeah, this is just not liked universally.
All-Star Batman.
I bet you there are a lot of people who would defend that to their dying breath.
That's the only one I can think of.
Yeah, but even then, you're like, oh yeah, people probably would fight you on it.
Probably.
Like people have sort of cycled round on Batman and Robin.
I mean, listen. I can at least say because you talked to me before that I enjoy it as a bad movie.
Yeah, that's fine.
But we've had that conversation before, so I'm not a cycle arounder, but I have noticed it. But then again, that's something I've been noticing a lot more lately. People like cycling around on shit. Like I've noticed that with Sonic 06 of all fucking things.
You want me to tell you the horrifying reason as to why?
All right.
A lot of them experienced it for the first time as children, so they have nostalgia for it.
I mean that makes sense.
Yeah. It's kind of why do you think the prequels have such the prequel means have gone from ha the prequel shit, like it's an ironic thing to oh I recognise that bit, oh I recognise that and I enjoy the prequels. It's because it's now just the kids who actually did grow up on those movies.
I thought it was because the sequel trilogy came out was so bad.
Oh, not again! I don't want to be here again.
No, people were like starting to big up the prequel trilogy even before the sequel movies came out. It was just the natural cycle of people who grew up on those, and it's their introduction to Star Wars.
Well,
And I mean, technically speaking, the three of us are in that age bracket, but I think we were just on the cusp of we saw the
originals too, and I like them.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think we were on the cusp of we watched the originals first.
You know, because we actually watched older stuff back then.
Because I remember watching the older Star Wars movies like on TV.
So you know, I'm not going to decry people for liking things I don't like.
Well, I will.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, aside from those times I absolutely do, and call them bad people because they like the Devil May Cry anime. I don't really care if people like it. So
I don't
care
care either, honestly.
Look, I understand if you like what you're nostalgic for, but I'm the main character here, not you.
This is my story.
It is my story.
My world, and you're just living in it.
In his world.
That's just become my counter to everything. Like, I'm the main character here, not you. You don't have main character syndrome because I am the main character. You clearly cannot be.
You
the main
can't have it
character.
if I have it already.
Yeah. It's like,
I do like to default back to checkmate atheist these days.
yeah, it's like a lot of people have main character syndrome, and that's just unacceptable these days. They're not the main character. I am.
How dare they try to pretend to be what I am?
I am everyone, everywhere. I
I am all I am.
Can't hide from me, Mary Jane. I'm everywhere.
Ah, yes. Weird, that's Rob Paulson.
It did
That's
throw
not
me
even
off
Rob
when I was
Paulson.
watching. I was like, holy shit, that's Rob Paulson.
I mean,
Wait,
Rob Paulson.
obviously, it being Hydra Man itself is weird because it's only they're only doing Hydra Man because they weren't allowed to do Sandman because of the whole. Oh, we might be using Sandman for a movie. So it's like the only time Hydra Man is ever relevant in anything.
I mean, that was arguably the peak of Rob Paulson's career when he was in almost everything.
Yeah, but it's just such a. It's so weird that it's him for that role.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
tight.
Like everyone else who's like a VA you recognise, oh yeah, of course Neil Ross would be Norman Osborn. Of course he would. Makes sense. You hear that, you're like, yeah, of course. Trying to think of any other like super notable VAs from that Spider-Man show now who are like, oh yeah, you super recognise them. I mean the X-Men people, obviously. But yeah. Fucking Rob Paulson as Hydra Man. Which, as I said, doubly weird because who the fuck... What the fuck else would use Hydra Man?
When you can't use Sandman, apparently.
Yeah,
If you can't use Sandman, well,
It's close enough. It's also the reason why Hobgoblin was
who else
in
were
the
they
Goblin.
going to use? Molten Man?
No, they shouldn't
Lady
use
Steel Man.
No, they should. No, Lady Steel Man didn't exist at the time. Could have used Paste Pot Pete though.
Apparently, I remember there was there was, I think it was one of the fake ones. There was like a fake leak for Rivals, the idea of Post-Plot Pete being one of the characters, which is really funny.
Yeah, it's not happening.
It's not, but it would be really funny.
He's not. It's not happening because he's not blonde and with a white skin tight suit.
You're right. My mistake, I'm
Marvel
sorry.
Marvel Rivals has one character design. Doesn't Marvel Rivals fans please get mad? But come on, come on.
It is really funny that they've done it now like 3 times in a row. They've done it like twice in a row now.
Wait, it's more than that because it's Cloak. It's like
oh, no,
Dagger.
I say twice in a row in terms of like as they release characters.
Oh, okay.
Because like Cloak and Dagger was in the base roster.
Yeah. And then it's like, how do you?
They could have
this
just
one's-
given Sue the blue fucking like one, like you know the one that she's most known for.
They could have, but you know, they didn't. I mean, they could have given Emma Frost the suit, the like overall color scheme and suit color and suit design she's famous for. I mean, yeah, it's still white, but it's white with like black and red. I don't know, like obviously, people are gonna be into it, and it does remind me of in Overwatch when like everybody started just having Mercy face.
I did see a post like that. Like bringing that up, which I thought was funny.
Good old days when Brigitte had her face stolen by Mercy.
It's okay because Brigitte stole Farrah's whole bag, so you know she deserved it.
I mean, it's okay because Brigitte stole balance from the game.
You're right.
Kind of fascinating to remember that original release Brigitte. It's just like, wow, this was just an incredibly overpowered character that was like incredibly overpowered for fucking ever.
Like comically overpowered. Like it was bad.
Yeah. Ah well. It's actually gonna be interesting because like part of the problem facing with like with the whole TikTok ban thing is a bunch of other companies are actually also affected by that. So There's a very real chance if like no deal is made on that, and I don't think there will be a deal made on that. Marvel Rivals might just vanish from the US.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, Marvel Snap did for like 12 hours back when TikTok went down for half a day.
I do remember that.
Ah, Mega Man.
So, and I'm pretty sure it's also a Chinese company that. Oh yeah, it is a Chinese company because they killed all of the Western developers. I mean, fired them, but you know if they could get away with it, they'd have killed them all as
Are you
well,
sure?
just to be sure that they
Ready.
don't use their talent elsewhere.
Are you sure?
They were disappointed when they realized that it would be a little difficult to do it.
You stand on the threshold of
Okay, Mega.
Just a little.
Mega, can I interest
But,
you in some parts?
But yeah, so. Oh no, I'm not big into Marvel Rivals, but of course you can't escape it whenever a new thing drops.
I mean, I like it, but,
I'm sure it's fine, it's just the problem is it's one of those games where it's like, yeah, I'm not going to play this solo, it's I need like friends
Oh
who are
yeah,
gonna play
I
it
don't
with
really
me.
play it by myself. I play it when my friends are playing it.
And none of my friends who I play stuff with have interest in picking it up, so therefore I have no interest in picking it up.
Right.
Because it's like, yeah, those sort of, I don't know, for me, like, online games like that are only fun with friends.
Yeah, I usually... Like, I can sometimes play some of them by myself, but usually not really.
I just wind up hating it every time I play those sort of games on my own. So I'm like, I could be actually talking with friends and bullshit and having fun, or, you know, but instead I'm stuck here.
Stuck here with you fuckers.
Yeah. Stuck here playing with nobodies, like, with absolute nobodies, and also just getting mad at them because I'm too socially awkward to go on comms and yell at people. So I just, you know, just see at them in silence. How many more Robot Masters we got left?
I'm doing Wily Castle right now.
Oh, good.
There's only like this is like I think the last actual stage. Then after this, it's just it's the Lost Rush and then Wily himself. Because 11 doesn't have the 2 Wily Castles, and only there's the 1.
They're changing things.
They changed it and that sucks.
It did.
Only 1 Wily Castle.
Only one
Fucking
Wily Castle.
gear
They're doing it
system?
all wrong.
And a,
Proto Man, no base.
but Otto's here, the fucker.
Yeah. Basically.
No base? No, it's not based.
That was pretty much your attitude about it last week when you're like, wait, Otto's here but no base? What the fuck?
True.
Fuck this noise.
It's just not the same without base.
When you
would've
think about it,
settled
he is the Shadow before Shadow.
I mean, I'd settle for an evil Proto Man too, but you know.
I mean, isn't Venom the Shadow before Shadow?
I'm talking about for video game characters.
Yeah.
Well, actually, wouldn't that be Zod then? Because Zod's older.
No, oh, actually, yeah, Zod is Superman 2, yeah. Wait, wouldn't Shadow Link be the Shadow? If we're talking video game characters.
No, the Shadow is the Shadow.
Wait, when did Dark Samus come out?
Dark Samus wasn't until, like, the 3D games.
Yeah. She wasn't until like the second Metroid Prime.
Oh yeah, Metroid Prime 2. When did Metroid Prime 2 come out?
Not until after 2000 sometime. The GameCube era.
Oh yeah.
Well before, I mean, well after Base, because Base came out in Mega Man 7 in the mid-90s.
Yeah, he was, back on, which was an SNES fucking game. So, like, he basically kind of is the Shadow in ways, other than he stays evil versus Shadow not.
I guess unless we're counting Knuckles as the original Shadow.
Actually, no. Even Base eventually becomes less evil. Or at least he's playable in certain games. There's Mega Man in base. You know, because Wily decided to replace him with this mysterious robot with blonde hair.
Wait, when did Wario come out?
92.
Oh shit, yeah, Wario.
Hey, Wario, destroy Mario.
Yeah,
love that ad.
1992 and Super Mario Land 2.
Yeah, no, Wario was the first. Yeah, no. You gotta give the crown to Wario then. Here you go, you fat fuck. I do like Wario.
Well, a lot of people do. I don't think it's a controversial opinion to like Wario.
No.
I mean, there was that one fat kid who loved Wario way too much.
Oh god, I've heard about that. He died of IBS in the end.
Oh, is that what happened to him?
Yeah.
What a way to go, I guess.
But yeah, the fucking Wario Steam.
My mustache has steam. Did you get my Wario steam?
And I like how that story goes. It goes other things like, oh, by the way, he's dead now.
It's like he's probably dead now. He was morbidly obese in high school too.
Oh no, I think they said he is dead.
Oh, I don't know. I know it ends with like one guy who apparently knew that same guy. He's like, no. He's like, yeah, he was morbidly obese in high school too, so he's probably dead.
All right, now to fight the boss of this stage, and then I think it's the boss, just the Robot Master Rush, and then Wily. I didn't feel like this was worth a full stream by itself, so I was like, let me just finish this today.
Okay.
And then next week I'll just play something else. If it wasn't for the fact that I know DMC3 is a fairly long game, I'd be like, let's do DMC3, but nah, that game is long.
I mean, it's 20 missions,
So as long as
so...
you suck at it, which I do.
I do. I haven't played in
Really?
years.
True.
I know it'll take me a
until easy
while.
how fast until we... Actually, you should speedrun how fast until you get easy mode.
I bet you it'll be the first stream.
I mean, it depends on how much you get stuck on Cerberus. Like, Cerberus is really, like, the big thing that is the first, like, wall, I think.
Yeah. I will definitely get stuck on
easy
Cerberus.
mode. You're playing so bad the game feels sorry for you. Go and do it. I won't say anything. Shut up. You're right. Let's hold out for absolute fucking pussy mode.
But, yeah. It would just be
That's
theoretically...
my second favorite after Ninja Gaiden on hard mode is just Ninja knocking on your front door and stabbing you.
That's the highest difficulty.
Ninja Gaiden on normal mode. Man, this is hard. Ninja Gaiden on hard mode. I'll get it.
They either stab you or they just throw a fucking exploding kunai at you as soon as you open the door. It's Inagaki's fishing.
Thanks, Inagaki. Still around.
Stand on the threshold
I
of the
don't know, actually.
I thought he quit. That's why Dead or Alive actually got to be good for once.
Well, he got kicked out of the company as far as I'm aware.
Ta-da! All ready. Are you sure?
But yeah, 5 was good and 6 was not so good.
Well, I got to have 1. 1 out of 6 ain't bad. Yeah.
Actually, one thing I will say I do kind of like with him though, in terms of like some design philosophy is with so unfortunately there's a reason why we have those fish enemies in 2. It's because a designer made them and he was like, okay, what the fuck are these things for? They're for atmosphere, and he's like, give them a gameplay function or delete them. So we need to save space. Get this fucking out of here. So the person made them a shitty enemy.
I mean, you can almost respect the hustle.
Yeah. Oh fuck! First robot master I'm fighting against, the one who's weak to bouncy balls. Oh thank God! Hey, you ready for round 2 of dodgeball?
The 5Ds. Stardust Dragon, Hot Red Dragon, Archfiend. Set Red Dragon, I will get.
Anyway, I killed him with bouncy balls again. He's dead.
He's dead just like Crow.
Good, Crow should be dead.
But it's okay because he had a dead kid. It makes it okay for him to do bad stuff.
It's true. That's how it works.
Have you watched the newest episode of Gav? Tibo? Well, not the newest, the one from last week. Or week. When Hunter gets his power up.
Oh yeah.
Power of Frappe.
Power, yeah. Power. He can apparently talk to him.
It's gotta have. I mean, to be fair, the ice cream cone one could talk, so it makes sense.
Oh. I didn't notice.
Let the combat commence.
But how we got Frappe now?
Yes.
I didn't like the revelation that the thing was empty. So he's just standing there, looking like an idiot, not henching.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out anything to put in it. Why didn't you say something before?
It's just so nice. Man, I hope Dente sticks around. He's great. This is gonna be weird.
I'm just waiting for Valen's new driver to get destroyed, and he's to pull out his old one. Except this time it's magma powered.
We won't go that far.
I mean, this is basically build.
The build was good.
Yeah.
Oh no, to be fair, Vram is not obsessed with an idol. He's not Grease.
Yet.
Yet. Give it time.
Yeah, there's also no rogue yet.
Give it time. Actually, who even would be a rogue? Oh, I guess Bitter Gav.
Yeah. Or
There's also,
or Crow, but he's dead. So.
but also, you know, let's be fair. There's no Evil. But he's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, that's true.
Like build is basically like the second half is made by Evil.
I like when Kamiya Blockman jumps out for the boss fight. He's like, "What the fuck?" He's basically like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" Okay, he just says, "What are you doing here?" But you know, it's implied.
He just says, "All right, well, you blocked."
Stop asking me to make Devil May Cry, you fucker!
Ask him any question on Twitter and he'll give you an answer, and then he'll block you. I want to play Beautiful Joe 3.
That's what I want to.
Like, I don't really care if he gets his hands on Devil May Cry again. I just want Beautiful Joe 3.
Nah.
I want to know. I want more of Joe, and then also, you know, I want them to release 1 and 2 back, or re-release 1 and 2.
You'll get that when you get Mega Legends 3.
But Beautiful Joe's a good game. Damn, he didn't rise to the bait.
I mean, I didn't actually care about Mega Man Legends very much, so.
It's fine, I just ignore him. He's allowed to be wrong about things. It's his right.
It's alright, they'll make their own, version of Beautiful Joe. Do a Kickstarter for it. call it Beautiful Number 10. Definitely won't be a scam.
Hey, I mean, we had Wonderful 101, which is effectively that. Like, Wonderful 101 is as close as you can get to Beautiful Joe at home as you're gonna ever get.
But was it a scam? Or was it an actual decent game?
I mean, it was a decent game. I mean, I feel like the fact that it led to the promise of Project GG, which is just never going to happen now, makes it feel like a scam to me. I was told, oh hey, buy the remaster of Wonderful 101. That will definitely let us make Project GG. And I'm like, yeah. And Kabir's like, suckers, I'm out.
Look, I don't judge what you crowdfund or Patreon for unless it's money number 9. Then wrong. I will judge you very much.
That's fair.
I didn't.
What about ukulele? How do you feel about ukulele backers?
I won't judge them as harshly, but you should have known what you were getting there.
Is JonTron still in that game, or did they get rid of him?
He's in he's one voice in Hat in Time, but he is not the voice in that thing anymore.
I knew it was something he got deleted from.
Why did he get deleted? What did he do?
Said a bunch of questionable shit on Twitter back when,
I mean, people do that all the time.
Yeah, but this was when it was
These are actually pretty bad.
It's the same level of Elon Musk going, why is everybody being mean to me? And the answer being, it's probably all that Nazi shit. He dropped a few little racist remarks, shall we say. I mean, is he still around? I assume so.
Yeah,
probably.
he's JonTron. Yeah, he is. He's the best occasionally. He did a whole flex statement thing.
That was a while ago.
That was like that was sometime. That was like shortly after the Game Grumps fallout, wasn't it?
I mean, that was like 2 or 3 years ago. So like a while ago, but not like a decade ago. And he made a second one where he actually got Phil Swift to show up. It seems like he's just playing a random commercial until Phil Swift starts talking to him. Because if you're Phil Swift, I guess you're like, well, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean. We'll find out why they had it, why Game Grump, or why he and Aaron had the fallout, or if they kept that, or if they managed to keep that secret.
Creative differences. I don't know if they actually did that. That was the
I mean,
explanation they gave.
creative differences doesn't mean you both just fucking fully blank or block out the other from your entire life, right? It's like, in creative differences is what you say when you don't want to say the actual reason.
It said John just didn't want to do Game Grump stuff anymore. He didn't like the live playing it. He didn't like I think he said like he didn't like doing it, and Aaron got mad that he didn't like doing it, but I don't know.
I have no idea. And I don't really care.
Just curious, because at least other like major sort of like YouTube breakdowns, you kind of see
A lot of them either see it coming or
like Super Best Friends. I think is probably the most obvious one.
you could have seen it coming, like with between like Pat and Matt.
Well, I mean, after a certain point when like Matt and Pat just only do like one thing together, and it's the podcast, and everything else is like combinations of people that's definitely not Matt and Pat. It's
Yeah.
fairly obvious something's brewing between them.
And typically when they're in a room together, they usually start like not the usual like. It was not friendly bants anymore. It was getting a little bit meaner.
Getting a little personal there.
But I think it was ultimately good that they separated.
Probably, especially since Pat and Willie seem like they're doing good things together.
Yeah, and I enjoy listening to those two bullshit.
Good for them. Matt sure does his one show.
That's all he needs.
Hey, if it works, right?
Yeah.
Some people do just get by off the get past fallout, major fallouts like that. And sometimes you're achievement hunter, and you don't.
Oh, the completionist? Or do you mean achievement hunter?
Oh,
specifically?
I said achievement hunter because that was another one of like.
I
Oh yeah,
forgot about achievement hunter.
there's a big fallout. I assume completionist is still going, but
I don't know.
I mean, did Achievement Hunter fall out, or did the whole thing they were part of just, implode?
Little column A, little column B, because it's like the Ryan thing happened,
Well, the Ryan thing.
and then they
retroactively they nuked their entire archive because they couldn't stand to be associated with him anymore. Which is fair, but that was also all of their content.
Yeah, and a lot of their revenue, like continued revenue. So.
And then it didn't matter because the company imploded like a year later anyway. So whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got what they deserved.
But hey, I'm pretty sure most of them are still doing like big stuff.
I have no idea what a lot of them are doing. I know some of them slowly were leaving before everything completely went belly up from Warner Brothers. Like some of them are already leaving or got fired.
Yeah, they knew it was over. Or in some cases, they were exposing scummy stuff that was happening.
So they were getting kicked out because of it or leaving because of it.
But now Bernie's trying to. Is Bernie's trying to, or does he own Rooster Teeth again?
He owns it
I
again.
think he owns it again, but he doesn't have the capital to do anything with it other than make a podcast.
Yeah, he just has the name, basically, from what I understand.
And he's like, yeah, I'm not doing any of that again. They're like, so, he's like, well, we don't own Ruby anymore, which was our most,
Viz owns that
profitable
now.
franchise. Viz owns that, and they're not. Well,
There's no
actually,
way they're not going to sell it.
They haven't done anything with it yet. They just every like 6 months they're like, yeah, we're gonna do something sometime.
They
totally,
mostly
guys.
just sell merchandise.
It's not dead. Yeah. Look,
Pretty
here's
dead.
the voice actors doing a tweet together, like where they're like, hey, yeah,
It's dead, guys.
I hope so.
It's just a little waterlog. It's still good. It's still good.
It's gone, Dan.
I want it
Aw.
to die. I want it to either die or just be completely rebooted from the beginning, so they never get their ending. It's just what they deserve.
Damn. So we know is the top. I forgot about your vitriol against the Ruby fans.
Show yourself, Wily.
They chose to make me an
I won't
enemy.
let you get away with all this.
You won.
I did win.
What did it cost? Not a whole lot, realistically.
I was like, I kind of figured it was over like when I read the stories coming up around Rooster, I'm like, yeah, they're not gonna last much longer.
Arguably, it was over that one time when they had a convention but had nothing to show for their press conference. They just rolled out some dude's grandmother.
Oh yeah, no, that was like that was post like the volume where they knew like everyone was that was the first volume where everyone was like, wow, that sucked.
Yeah. And
What
then
the hell
rather
are
than
you guys doing? We thought Ruby was supposed to. You said Ruby was going to only get better, and they didn't want to have to answer awkward questions about the obvious cost cutting and problems they had. So they're like, hey, it's Miles and his grandmother. No further questions. Please don't ask us about Vic.
Yes.
In all fairness, that one's not their fault.
Yeah, that one. So the way they treat other VAs, some of the other VAs things is definitely their fault though.
Oh yeah. But I'm like, okay, I can't really give them shit for that one. They had nothing to do with that shit. The other shit though, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
there's like
they did like immediately dump him, like they couldn't wait to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Which was.
I mean.
All
there's
I'll say about Vic is, regardless of what he did or didn't do, the other guys didn't decide to start having a problem with it until Funimation talked about making him a director. So I was like,
To be fair, when it's a voice actor versus a guy who's your boss, you can understand why people might be at that point fighting for air. Being like, okay, hold on.
I just saw it as they were willing to tolerate him for a while until he threatened their clique, and then they were like, no. So I don't believe they did it out of the goodness of their heart or for like justice for anyone. They're just like, oh, he's honing in on our acts. Time to get rid of him.
I'll say
I think
this.
it varies
A
from
lot of
person
the
to person.
I will say this. A lot of them did know something. about
Oh,
what was
most of them
happening.
did.
Yeah, they did. They just put up
So
with it.
it's like, so I do agree with Sabo. Is that how much can you really? Can a lot of them say, oh no, we're just doing this for justice for the victims?
Oh no, I don't. That's what I was saying. Like, it depends on the individual. Like, we'd have to go through each one and fine comb it to do that, and I just don't really have the energy or interest in doing that.
Yeah. Hey, it's all owned by Crunchyroll now, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So it's all owned by Sony.
Wily just said that he always wins.
I don't know about that, Wily. When do we vote for Wily to be president?
You know, he would be better.
That should just be the plot to Mega Man 12. Wily becomes president.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there was an episode of the cartoon where he tried to do that.
Then and at the time you're like, that's ridiculous. Nobody would vote. Who would possibly vote for an obvious supervillain? Fast forward to 2016 and 2024.
Well, see, if I remember, he built a shrinking brain. He shrunk New York, Chicago, Washington D.C., and like all the other major cities of the country. And he's like, hold them hostage unless you
Give
make me
up,
president.
Wily.
I mean,
Which, to be fair, does sound like something Musk would do if he could get away with it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Time for Plan B.
Imagine if Musk had a Proto Man.
Well, I don't want to say anything, but breaking news: Musk is being sued by OpenAI, so maybe he does.
You can't fool me that easily.
Drat.
He just has a robot that like just insults him, but is forced to do his bidding anyway.
I mean,
I lost to my own
no joke, no joke. His fucking AI Grok does that.
I'm a genius.
That's right.
He fucking does insult him.
You never learn from your mistakes.
I mean,
Light.
can you blame it?
What are you doing here?
No.
You plagiarist.
Open your eyes, Wily.
I think it's funny the one time Light
Look
uses
at Mega
Dr.
Man
Wily's tech with the
and
double
tell
gear.
me
Wily
what
gets
you
so
see.
fucking pissed after spending like a decades plus stealing Light's robots and reprogramming them.
Of my downfall.
No, he only stole the first batch.
No, actually, most of his
Mega
robots
Man
aren't his
wields
own.
Tremendous power.
Most of
He has the intelligence
Wily's
to
robots
use
are just
it
ones he
wisely.
steals.
He's
And the ones he hit that
using
are his are like
combined.
strapped together.
If our ideas, our gears.
I mean, yeah, but
work
he only stole
together,
he only stole a couple
Mega
from
Man
Light.
would
And
be
after
So
that,
like
he
Mega
just stole
Man,
the
the one where they both make the big robot security guard who ends up like the final boss of that
atone for
game.
your
Those are
crimes,
all Light
and
robots.
Join me again.
The six robots are all his. There's the Dr. Corsac game. Those are all Dr. Corsac robots.
And I won't stop until
I know he built the ones for Mega Man too.
Mega Man 2 are his.
Hold it, Wily.
And
And
Mega
then
Man
I
9.
know one of
Mega
them is
Man-
and I think Shade Man's a fucking alien robot that he just found.
Wily.
I know Swordman is he stole a
My old
sword from a
friend,
museum and
perhaps
like
our
built a
gears
robot
will
to
never
use it.
mesh
Yeah.
together.
Doctor, the fortress is collapsing. Ah, I've been searching all over the place.
Oh hi Otto.
Yeah.
Ah,
So for Mega Man 3,
Did you
White and
succeed?
Lily built them together to mine stuff for Gamma.
Yeah.
And then for Dr. Cossack built his.
Yeah,
in
4 were the
5.
classic
Follow me.
ones.
So he built the ones in 5.
So 2 and 5, he built those.
2 and 5.
6 he did not
6
build.
6 he stole.
7 were his, I believe. I think 7 and 8 were his.
Yeah, 7 were his. 8
9
were his.
9 were Light's.
Yeah, 9 were Lights that he manipulated and working for him, and then 10 he built.
Okay. But yeah, game's done. Beaten. I have defeated
We did
Dr.
it.
Wily.
Mega
For the
Man
final
reporting
time.
home.
Mega Man's reporting home now.
Right on time, Mega.
Time to leave.
I won another Mega Man game.
Well, yeah, it's nothing. It's just not gonna happen.
Apparently not.
So, it's
At the
over.
rate we're going, we should have
No.
all 8
Oh, there's still
robots
more of the
back on
cutscene. I
their
forgot.
feet
There's
by dinner
them
time.
putting double gear onto Otto, and Otto just starts.
Doctor, did you install
going
Mega's
fucking
double gear
insane.
system into Auto?
I did.
Why is Otto here but not Proto Man?
Just as soon as Otto's done working.
Otto's a funnier character than we've ever had
So
before.
This is why you came all the way to the Gear Fortress.
Yes.
I think it's interesting that
We were
after
able to
the
recover
NES
all
game,
their
they started
primary
showing that Dr. Light
components, so
like
they should be
rebuilds and
just
repairs the
like
robots
new.
that get destroyed.
It would be a shame to let their talents go to waste.
Probably
And there's
so
still
people,
so much
probably
good
so
work.
people don't feel quite as bad about just destroying a bunch of robots that in this world are sentient.
You bet.
And we're just reprogrammed by a psychopath.
Oh, you're slowing down.
Yeah.
Why don't you pick up the pace?
Roll, you have a lot of nursing Otto's slowing down while he's doing all this work.
Picking up my pieces.
Well, he's an
This
old.
is not like the cartoon where he just had a gun that reprogrammed anything he shot at it. It's
Oh.
like, how did he reprogram the robot bastards in the cartoon? He just pulls out a gun and zaps them, and they're like, "We'll obey you now."
I can't remember. Did he ever use it on Mega or any of them and it work? I don't remember. I have not seen it.
No, he reprogrammed Roll one episode, but he had to like manually do it, and Mega Man manually
Turns it
fixed
off.
her back. Yeah, via opening a panel in her back and being very suggestive with her.
I strongly
Which is very
believe-
weird when that's essentially his robot sister.
That's what the guy reacted. It was like, wait a minute, that's your sister.
You know what? On that note, it's time to leave.
I agree.